Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Destiny. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to be talking about exotic weapons. Now the reason for this is because there's been a lot of chatter in the community surrounding the power of exotics and whether or not they feel special enough or fulfill the correct amount of superhero power fantasy. Datto has made an excellent video about this. I'll link it in the description. I suggest you watch it if you haven't already. Now we don't shy away from criticizing aspects of the game that we think are lackluster. And yes, there are some exotic weapons that are just completely underwhelming. Sturm, Graviton, Lance and Rat King, I'm looking at you when I say that, but I don't think it's fair to say that there aren't amazing exotic weapons in Destiny 2. So this list will be primarily celebrating the guns that are sick, that do feel special and worthwhile, and absolutely do make me feel like a superhero when using them. A quick disclaimer, the Mida is not on this list. Not because it isn't amazing, which it is, but I wanted to create a list of exotics brand new to Destiny 2, as that's another criticism thrown at Bungie. Some people think too many exotics returned from the previous game, although to be fair, that's mostly true about armor. So let's get into the list. Merciless. Right, first off, we're going to be talking about the only fusion rifle in Destiny history that I actually love using. I've never been a big fan of fusions. I know they're good, but I just don't like the wind-up time and the awkward handling. I just didn't find them mechanically fun to use. That all changed with the Merciless. Super cool to look at, amazing to use on bosses or larger health pool enemies, large ammo reserves, what's not to like? To me, this typifies what an exotic should be. Something that works differently to the norm, something that has a unique and practical mechanic that makes it, well, special. Tell me you don't smile every time you've ramped up the rate of fire on this bad boy on a major or ultra. It's just great fun. SunShot. I have a confession, this might just be my favourite exotic hand cannon ever. Listen, I know that's heresy. What about the Thorn? What about the Hawkmoon Eddy? Well, they're not here anymore, are they? And seeing as hand cannons aren't that great in PvP in Destiny 2, I have to get my hand cannon fix in PvE. And in that context, the SunShot is amazing. Explosive rounds that mark damaged enemies, extended effective range, Firefly, it's literally all great. There's not a thing about it that doesn't make me love this gun. It looks and sounds badass, and is truly exotic in terms of its design and use. This is a rare exotic gun in that I can't think of an objective downside to it. There isn't one really. Maybe its recoil is a bit high? Oh no, how will I cope? Plus there's a distinct possibility that it will be amazing on PC for PvP. I can't wait. The Wardcliff Coil. Now onto a weapon that I don't personally enjoy. I know that sounds crazy, how can you not like the Coil Eddy? It's amazing. I know it is. I'm just not a big fan of weapons that you can kill your own Guardian with, because believe me, if it is at all possible, I will find a way. The Wardcliff is like that guy you respect, but you don't like, if you know what I mean. That guy at work who's great at his job, but a bit of a dick. At least that's how I feel about it. Its unusual design and flurry of tiny little rockets makes me feel like I'm shooting a mechanical bee's nest at my target. Rocket launchers are traditionally kind of boring as a weapon. Big tube, fires explodey thing. But Bungie managed to make one that not only stands out, but one that is fun to fire and use, if you're not constantly killing yourself with it like a scrub. Coldheart. Pre-order bonuses and platform-timed exclusives. So much controversy. I'm just gonna leave that toxic subject to one side for the sake of this list, but I will say this. Do I wish everyone had it at the same time? Yes. I'll leave it at that and just talk about the weapon itself. The Coldheart is truly exotic in the sense that it's the only gun of this archetype in the game currently. A trace rifle is new ground for Destiny, and what I especially like about it is how the damage ramps up the more you hold your target with it. It actually encourages skilled tracking, which I think is great. Now on PC, I expect this weapon to be very popular. It seems custom built for mouse aim, but I think Bungie have done a great job making it feel comfortable on the console. It looks amazing, it's fun to use, and actually is way more practical than we first imagined. Riskrunner. I'm not gonna lie, when I first used SMGs on the console beta, I was like, these are way too wild to be practical. Well, I look a bit stupid now, don't I? The Riskrunner is a fantastic exotic for certain subclasses, specifically Devour Voidwalkers in PvE. As Fredo noted in his Devour guide, the ad control aspect of the Riskrunner makes it ideal for chaining together the Devour cooldown. If elemental burns ever come back to the Nightfalls, this is a gun you want to use on arc rotation. You build charge from incoming arc damage, build resistance to it, and then redistribute that charge to your enemies. With arc burn on, this gun will absolutely slay, and even when it's not, it will still be a great option because of its extended magazine, low recoil, and great handling. Its unique functions more than make it powerful enough to be considered exotic, but it lacks any serious downside that other weaker examples of exotics are plagued by. Now on to some honourable mentions. Both the Borealis Sniper and the Vigilant Swing Pulse Rifle deserve highlighting, but I just feel they're slightly too impractical to be on the actual list. Borealis is one of my favourite guns. I love love how it looks, I love how it feels, but its exotic nature comes from the fact that you can rotate its elemental damage. When rotating burns were in the Nightfall, this was amazing, but since they've been taken out for the time being, this gun is just a good sniper for the moment. The Vigilant Swing is an odd gun. It is certainly deserving of exotic status, but on a personal level, I just find it way too impractical. Yes, it becomes a god gun when you're the last fireteam member alive. Yes, the health regen on teammate death is cool, but when it doesn't have those elements working for it, it's just a super clunky, awkward pulse rifle. I know some of you in the comments are going to disagree with me and tell me how it's your favorite gun. That's fine. I get it. We don't have to see eye to eye about everything. What we can agree on is that it looks incredible. There's no denying that. And that's about it for the list. Destiny 2 has some amazing exotic weapons for you to get, and some of the criticism the game receives is warranted, but in this case, we don't think it's fair. Just don't mention the Fighting Lion. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please check out the Your Destiny Twitters where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time,